Well, well, well. Miss Diana Dahlgren's been going to the gym, hasn't she? Oh, she's a bit, she's looking a little bit top heavy. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today. So today, this is literally just a bit of a meme video, really, just as a one-off. I thought this could be quite funny. I do really want to kind of get this off my chest, like straight away at the beginning of the video. Little disclaimer: this model, it's not a private model by any means. It's not made especially for me. No one sent it to me. This model is out there. It exists. You can find it if you look hard enough. The issue I've got is I thought it'd be very like funny just for a one-off kind of video on the content side of things. However, I don't really feel comfortable putting a link to it and spreading it out. Now, hear me out before you jump the gun and you get upset and go and comment saying, "Oh, you're gatekeeping things." Purely the reason being is it wasn't made for this game. It's been ripped from Milestone. That's purely the only reason that I kind of don't want to go and spread it about and make it completely mainstream. If it was a case of someone modelled it purely for this game, I'd have no issue with it at all whatsoever. However, you won't find it on MX Bikes mods anywhere. You won't find it on the forums because it's really not meant to be in the game. As I said, I think it's funny as a one-off, as a meme. I can't see myself ever using it again. And I think if I wasn't making videos for you guys or making content on YouTube as a whole, probably wouldn't be using it full stop. I just think it's quite funny, something a bit different, isn't it? But it is out there. I don't feel comfortable with linking it, so I hope that you can accept that. And I do apologise if probably that's not what you want to hear. Probably a lot of you clicked on the video because you wanted it for yourself, but if you know where to look, you'll be able to find it. It's not the end of the world. But yeah, saying that, it's interesting. I mean, obviously beta 17 that we've just had recently now supports multiple rider models. So when you go into your game, and it's like the 5th or so option down, it just says rider. Currently it's just got default because we've just got the default rider model. This is just a version of, you can click that drop down and select something else. It's a little bit funky. You can kind of see her hair like glitching through her shoulders and stuff, and obviously she's looking a bit top heavy where it's kind of been molded to fit onto the bike and things like that. But I think as a whole, the feature is really, really cool, and it's really nice that it will open the door moving forwards for us to have multiple rider models, possibly different animations. If anybody plays GP bikes, you know there's different riding styles in there. Obviously in GP you've got all kinds of different riding styles, depending on if you want to like maybe be like Marquez style when you want to drag your elbow around corners, or maybe you're a bit older, maybe like a Colin Edwards who doesn't really get over quite as far, and it's quite nice to be able to choose what you want. And I imagine in the future, granted it might be a long ways in the future, but I'd love to have the possibility to like choose, for example, I want to ride like Barsha, or I want to ride like Sexton or Roxon, for example, and just kind of change it to your style. I imagine majority of the people would love to have their rider kind of throwing it sideways like Barsha does, and being really aggressive and then banging it off the limiter everywhere. But I reckon for me, I'd probably choose like a Roxon or a Sexton, for example, because I think it just matches my smooth riding style, which I think is really cool. Oh my god, I've not done that before. Did you see how her arse just like went through her body? Can I do that again, or will it? Okay, her arse literally disappears. Okay, that's interesting. So maybe it's not 100%. And if you can actually notice my shadow on the ground right now, it's still, hang on, it might show better in first person. Once I spin around here, we should be able to see it on the ground, but it's still got like the stock Pivoso helmet in the shadow. It's not like the Monster Girls shadow at all. It's really, really weird. But I know that also Insane's been experimenting a little bit with different rider models. Pretty sure he's in the process of importing a bloody Squidward, like just a free Squidward that you can get off like Sketchfab or anything. I'm not sure of the process that goes into actually getting a new ride model into the game. It's probably nothing like how you import different bike models with the model swaps that people do, although I don't know anything about that either, to be fair. I never really model swap anything. I just stick to the OEMs. They're good enough for me. They do me plenty. But yeah, I'm not sure the difficulty going into it, but I think it will be really nice being able to choose different rider models as a whole moving forwards. And obviously it might be nice if you have riders that are different size, maybe like to try and maybe match you a bit more realistically. Like if you're a bit of a taller rider, or maybe you're a bit on the larger side in terms of width rather than length, then you can kind of get a rider that more represents that. And the only thing that worries me about it all is now there's kind of like rider weight being introduced into the game. I don't want it to be a case of maybe the models have their own weights, and there's like one perfect weight, which kind of makes the whole weight value redundant because everyone will just run this one perfect weight and that's it. It'd be quite nice if it was like small, minute differences that you could change just to suit your style best. Like maybe if you're doing Supercross, for example, and I know this isn't talking realistically by any means, but if you're doing Supercross and maybe you want make yourself lighter to try and get more pop on. I mean, more pop would being heavy would give you more pop, but you know what I mean. Like make yourself lighter to almost give the bike more power, so you're not weighing it down as much, or vice versa. Maybe if you want more traction, make yourself just a proper fatty, so you're getting all that weight to the back wheel. And I don't know. There's some things that you could do about it. I remember. There's always misconceptions around those things. I remember back in my sim days where you've got the rider mass distribution, people always thought it was how far forwards or back you was on the bike, between was it 0.3 and 0.5, but it was actually like how high up and down your mass was. So if it's like 0.5, all of your rider mass is in your head, and if it's like 0.3, it's all the way down in your hips, and just things like that. That moving the weight around of your rider can really affect a setup completely. Like if you on sim, if you use the same setup but you change your mass distribution from one extreme to the other, it's a huge difference in how the bike handles. And I imagine that is the future of this game. I'm not sure how long it would take by any means, but very interesting concept, and something that's why I'm kind of glad in a way that Puboso does have all these different games that he's working on, purely from the fact of some things that work in one game might easily be translatable to another and work in that game as well. And different communities have different ideas on what they want, and it's something that he's kind of implemented because GP Bikes already has it. So I'm not sure how much work will go into it. I'm not sure if the different riding styles in GP Bikes are made by Puboso or if they're community made, and if they are community made, I'm not sure how much like documentation there is. Like for example, we've got the MX Bikes wiki where it kind of explains how to basically do whatever you want, or whatever you can imagine. It kind of explains how to do it, but I don't think anything exists like that as far as these riders go and custom animations and such. And I imagine as the game grows and smarter people kind of come along, and smart people in terms of like modding, when they already know what they're doing when it comes to video games and the ins and outs and how to make things work properly. I suppose when that point happens, we'll start getting more and more content. And I think for the time being as well, I feel like we're getting spoiled a little bit on as far as tracks. We always seem to have these moments or like weeks where we get spoiled with a whole bunch of tracks in one week, and then it just completely dries up for 2 weeks or so whilst everyone's kind of in their process of building their next track. But one track that I'm very excited for, which he keeps posting teasers for every now and then, is Hurren's, I don't know, it's like his compound. I don't know what he's actually called, like the actual term will be, what he's calling it overall, but it just looks so good. It looks so realistic as well. It looks like he's putting so much work into the track decals and the environment as well as the track itself, and very excited to cover that because it's been a while since we've had like a massive compound with a bit of everything in it. To my knowledge, it's got Supercross, it's going to have a motocross track, it's got a little bit of enduro as well, and probably a bit of free ride in there. It wouldn't surprise me. So really nice to have a bit of everything in a track again. Oh, get over that. There we go. And so what day is it? It's Wednesday today. Got video Thursday. Okay, so yeah, this video should be going up on Friday actually. So it's still all a bit up in the air if the Supercross will be going on today or not. If it is, of course, I'll be live streaming it. You can stop by at, I think it's like 8 PM UK time that I go live on Fridays for the Supercross. Obviously, if it's delayed again because of the issues on the game right now, I'm not sure what I'll be doing. I know that today Puboso put a development update out saying that he's investigating the issues with joining servers, you know, like the infinite sync and things like that. But yeah, like I said, he's got like 2 days to fix it really. And to my knowledge as well, him and Stone Rider have been messaging each other in regards to that issue itself and ways that he can possibly prevent it on the night. So to my knowledge, it will be trying to go ahead. Whether it actually happens or not, I have no idea. It might be a case that a bunch of us are all trying to join the main and we can't all get in, and maybe everyone tries for half an hour and it doesn't work and we have to reschedule it again. And whilst it would be a shame, because I'm doing really well in the championship right now, I kind of want it to all run as smoothly as possible because you guys enjoy seeing everything as well and just really enjoying the night with me, which I really love. Everyone that kind of turns up week in, week out, no matter how long you're there for. I know everyone's in different time zones, so not everyone can always stop by when it's live, but the videos tend to get quite a bunch of views afterwards as well on the replay, so I'm very thankful for that. So whilst it'll be nice for it to carry on as it is, if it needs to have a break, like another week break, because the game's just not in a place to run it again. I would rather that than it be scuffed and essentially, like, let's say 5 people can't get into the servers. They kind of got like a forced mechanical because they can't join the game through no fault of their own. But yeah, we'll see how it is. I will just cross my fingers, cross my toes, everything all goes smoothly for me, because it's the best that I've ever been doing in any championship. It's the only championship really that I think I'm going to be able to commit to doing every single round, so I really want to give it my best shot. Jack is going to be hot on my heels for the rest of the season, so there's going to be a hell lot of pressure. I mean, there's been pressure every single round already with all of you guys watching. I mean, we've hit, it's a minimum of like 400 viewers every time, and that to me is insane. Just imagining me sitting down here playing my game with 400 people watching over my shoulder is it's quite a daunting thing for me, I think. But excited for it, really excited to get to Beta 17 racing, because I feel like I've fully adapted to the traction at this point. I'm not having any issues with it whatsoever, and I feel like everyone else is in the same boat now. It's just going to be a case of putting in a little bit of work into Supercross every single night. That new Oasis track just dropped, which I'm really enjoying, which I don't mind hopping on every now and then and running some laps, and I'll hop on Anaheim 2 as well every now and then, just to keep myself toasty as far as those tracks goes. This track, this Action Park track, fairly solid track, nothing difficult about it by any means. I am on the 450 though. Obviously the 450s tend to be a little bit overkill in this game as far as power goes, but again, it's what I'm using for the Supercross. I don't really want to lose my flow, so to speak. And I honestly thought, when I downloaded this track, I thought that Action Park was a track that I had already played on Sim. I know that it's been converted over. It was originally by Motorboss on Sim, but playing it now, I don't really recognise it, and I'm not sure if it's just an environment thing or it's how long it's been since I've played, but yeah, I thought that I had played it before, but I really don't recognise it, and I'm not sure if it's because there's so many tracks on Sim, you know, everything's named quite similarly. Like, you've got an Action Park, you've probably got an MX Park, you've probably got a Motocross Park, I know you've got like the Dirt Bike Park and things like that, so everything's fairly similarly named, so there's probably something very, very close to it that I feel like I've ridden before, but yeah, not the end of the world. Really good track overall. Definitely on the beginner side of things. So again, one of those, if you're fairly new to the game and you're looking for a track that's kind of a step up from the stock tracks, but you're not sure, you don't want to go too difficult, then definitely give this one a go. Yeah, good job all round. I think he's done a good job of changing things so they actually suit MX bikes. I know that when people just kind of straight up import games from Sim to bikes, they can be a little bit funky to ride. The physics don't always go hand in hand and work too well, but no issues at all. This one rides really well, really smoothly, and just a good job all round. And I think that'll probably do it for me today. Like I said, I am sorry that you're probably not getting what you came for on this video. I know a lot of you probably want to use this, but like I said, it is out there. Obviously, there's going to be people asking in the comments anyway, and people are going to try and link them Discords or download files and this, that, and the other. And YouTube literally just deletes any links nowadays. So it's not me, I promise. It's YouTube doing its own thing. But yeah, you'll find it if you need it. It's not that difficult to find. But that'll do it for me. I hope you have enjoyed this video, just as much of a meme as it was. Hopefully you guys have got your nice little oh my god, what's happened to her arm? Oh my lord. I was going to say nice little upskirt, but that is definitely not the right word. Nice little down the top view there for you. Let me, quickly before I sign off, let me go and replay and just see what she looks like up close, because I've not actually done this yet. Let's have a look with her. Her arm's a bit sus. Oh. Hello. Damn, boy, she thick. But yeah, oh my god, what's happened to her eyes? Oh, that's creepy as hell. Okay, no, I don't want to look from that end. Let's look away. Let's keep her facing the pillow. But yeah, overall, very, very, very interesting. I can't imagine how difficult it is riding in hills, but that'll do it from me. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, please do drop a like. I'd really, really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel and like what you see, feel free to subscribe. I post every single day. And most importantly, have a lovely day, whatever it is that you guys are up to. And until I catch you guys in the next video, peace.
My tent way too damn dark. Laugh in your face like man dark. Came a long way from the bad days way back. Had to burn down that landmark. Seen some things I ain't really want to see. It's all good, that's what made me me. Now who would I be if I had it easy? Used to break down, now I'm in a 350. Like whoa, I've been laying way too low. Had to switch up and change my flow, cause I'm back from the block. Had to bust some rocks and dust off the dust to get back in the box. Now why you wanna